On today's check-in, an unusual response to AI in the classroom. And this is from Upworthy. The original article title was Professor Gives His Class Perfect Scores After Realizing Most Were Cheating on Their Final Papers. So here's what happened. The first takeaway, a professor opted to award full credit to all students and cancel a final assignment after discovering widespread use of AI on final papers. This choice stemmed from the instructor's refusal to spend time investigating text authenticity rather than cheating. He said, at this point, attempting to separate authentic work from AI-produced work has become counterproductive, and this course was never meant to be a surveillance exercise. I absolutely hate how AI has forced me to turn into a punitive detective rather than, well, a teacher. The second takeaway is that outsourcing academic writing to machines strips students of essential long-term communication and reasoning abilities. The professor emphasized that the practice represents a self-inflicted obstacle to personal and professional development. The core of this issue rests on how shorthand convenience undermines actual intellectual progress. By taking shortcuts on assignments, the students are ultimately degrading the skills required for civic life and future careers. The teacher said in an email to students, when you outsource your work, you weaken not just your ability to write, but also your ability to reason, to communicate, and to advocate for yourselves. I am saying this not out of anger, but out of frustration and sadness. The third takeaway was that these unearned perfect scores were defined as a cautionary measure regarding future consequences rather than an approval of the behavior. He said explicitly, I need you to hear this clearly. This is not a reward. It is a warning. If you leave this course without having practiced your own writing, you will feel the consequences later, academically, professionally, and personally. When grading becomes this conflict between teachers and students, and it becomes a game of trying to detect whether or not AI was used at all, the purpose of teaching kind of degrades, and the students aren't getting out of the course what they really signed up for. And this professor was just kind of tired of it. And if the students were just going to do their assignments using AI, then he was going to let them. And what he said at the end was really interesting. He said, I can't want to learn more than you do. And I feel that so deeply as a teacher. Like, if the students are just jumping through the hoops of doing the assignment and really see education as this transactional, I'm going to turn this in exercise, and they're not actually interested in the learning, then why is the professor going to put in the time to give feedback on something the student didn't authentically write? To be clear, the professor did say, if you did authentically write this and you want actual feedback, he was more than happy to give it. Because of course, the students that did do the work were upset that everyone got an A. And it just leaves a lot of questions. Where do you lie on this? I'd love to hear any of your thoughts or opinions. How frustrated are you grading? Are you seeing a ton of AI generated work? And would you ever consider just giving everyone the A and saying you're hurting yourselves? I don't know. It's a big question. We'd love to hear where you are. Leave us a comment, write us a review, and remember to check out the check-ins every Tuesday and Thursday, and the big show every Friday with me and Matt. Thanks. Bye.